Like, I'm not obviously going to do all this now, but it doesn't mean, like, I'm not going to look at it. It's a bit dated, yeah. Look, they only dropped one number in that entire thing, so it's fine. The 90s kids will fucking remember. We'll understand. Alright, Reeve, take me to the beautiful caravan.
The caravan is prepared. We may now journey eastward to Lut Gholein.
Let's bask in the cinematic.
We traveled east, over the mountains and into the vast deserts of broken lands. As the days passed, my companion told me of himself, that he had once been a great warrior, and that a dark and secret burden now weighed heavily upon him. We traveled for an eternity across that arid wasteland. How long? I couldn't say. And always, a dark cloud seemed to follow us just over the horizon. Finally, the journey ended. We climbed the last bridge. There below us lay our destination. The shining jewel, Lut Gholein, with a great sea beyond. We made camp there last night. Perhaps it was the warm desert wind or the sound of the ocean, but for the first time in many weeks, I slept. However, the dreams returned, but these were clearly not my own. I beheld a vision of a great man, the mage, Talrasha. You were there too, Tyrael. I remember seeing you in my dream. His brethren had courted a great demon, Baal, Lord of Destruction, who had been set loose upon the world. They attempted to imprison the demon within a sacred stone. Yet when their attempts failed, Talrasha selflessly volunteered to contain the demon within himself, completing the prison. He instructed his brethren to bind him within a tomb, buried under the sand, there to wrestle with the demon for all eternity.
Now you know what I seek, Marius. This is my brother. Sleep now. We set out with the dawn.
The next morning, we walked over the hill toward Lut Gholein. I had no idea then of the horrors that were in store for me there.
That's so beautiful. Like, getting to see it now in the second run for Nightmare, I had all of like the awe and speechlessness the first time round, but this time I could see it and appreciate it so much more because it wasn't just like overwhelming for me. This time round, I'm just going to move away from, don't follow me, mate. I'm just going to move away from him because he's going to keep asking me hello. So while I just speak for a minute, he can fucking shut up for a minute. So the other thing too is I noticed that time round, and I don't know if I've ever really noticed it before, but like they said that, you know how when the traveler, the wanderer, moved between areas and continued to move around the world and stuff like that, the demons and hellspawn and stuff followed behind him. I always wondered about Lut Gholein because you have to kind of go through that desert to get to it, but he had all this corruption and all this demons and stuff out in the desert, so we had to have come through that to get here. Like, we traveled east in the same path, but we weren't attacked by anything. But now that we're here, outside is corrupted and downstairs is corrupted, and yeah, it's fascinating to me. I also love, like, how beautifully clear a lot of that cinematic is, like the detail in, like, the clouds and the moon, and like, just, I never even considered the fact that the Wanderer, Baal, right, is actually showing, no, Diablo, sorry, is showing Marius the, like, visions. I always kind of thought about this when I was younger, but Diablo would kind of, I guess, kind of share thoughts or memories with Marius along the journey for him to better understand the situation. And I kind of wonder why. What was the purpose? Was it to get Marius on his side, to make him afraid, to make him more of a follower? I'm not sure. Very interesting, though. I assume maybe he just wanted him to know while he was, like, still somewhat human, you know?
Greetings, honored traveler. I am Jaren, Lord of Lut Gholein, and I bid you welcome to my fair port city. I'm glad to know that once again, caravans are free to travel through the Western Pass. For some time now, we have been under siege by an evil power that I cannot identify. Strange, it all began when a dark wanderer came this way, looking for the tomb of Tal Rasha. No one knows exactly where Tal Rasha, keeper of Baal, is entombed, but it is certain to be far out in the desert. Now my people whisper tales of the dead rising from their tombs, and horrible creatures lurking amongst the moonlit dunes. Even I have witnessed things which I cannot explain. I've ordered the port closed and all trade ships moored until I am sure that my city is safe. Atma, the tavern keeper, has an important mission for you. Go see her immediately. You'll find her on the other side of town. Now I must return to the palace. I apologize, but I can't invite you in. Things are rather a mess right now.
The other thing I love about Lut Gholein, apart from the music, there's just magic, is the fact that you're within a town in a city, but the city isn't safe. The demons aren't just around the place, and they're not just cut off by the sea, but the demons are also underneath the town, and could come up through the sewers or the palace or the docks or whatever at any time. There's like it feels so secure because I've never really thought about it, but there's no real security or safety for these people, and I guess he's one of the few people that knows it, and everybody else is just going about their business, probably hearing and seeing things that they can't explain and being like, shit's off, you know. Let's I got your introduction, let's get some gossip and the merchants.
You seem very capable, but no offense is intended when I say that I must choose my confidants carefully. It wouldn't do to have rumors sending everyone into a panic.
Ironically, yeah, exactly.
For trade in magic and the like, see Drognin or Lysander. Drognin is the wisest man I know, without equal in magic and ancient lore. Poor Lysander is nearly deaf, but he's a reliable potion chemist. For travel back west, see Wariv, whom you already know. Our own Farah is a fine and honest armorer, and she can heal wounds as well. Elzix is the innkeeper, and may also have some items to trade. Grays, the mercenary captain I hired to secure the gates of Lut Gholein, keeps order in town as well. There are others here too. I'm sure you'll meet most of them. Just look around.
So, I was just thinking something then, and I completely fucking forgot what it was. Because Azula did that whole, you know, when cats, like, see something and, like, they get, like, super hyper aware. Anyway, there was something to do with, like, the townspeople introduction then that I was thinking about. Because obviously I go around and say hello to everybody and stuff, but... yeah, I don't know. I remember
Now, I know I can trust you, You may be as shifty as that pack rat Elzix who runs the inn. But if you need a potion, though, I suppose I can make you one. For a price, of course.
Alright. Let's see.
I've traded my potions to Wareve many times. Yes, they seem to fetch a good price in the Western lands.
Yeah, I remember now. So, something that caught my attention when I was talking to Jaren was the fact that he said if I wanted to travel back west, all I needed to do was talk to Wareve. And the thing that got me was I don't know if I've ever actually traveled back by a caravan. I think maybe I have once, perhaps by accident, but I don't remember it. Pretty much in Diablo 2, as soon as you get the waypoints, right? I keep calling them town portals, but when you get the waypoints, you just waypoint between places. That's all I ever do. I never travel back the way I came. And I wondered why, for what reason did I not do that? Like, it's not like it's gonna re-cinematic me or anything. So, yeah, interesting thing.
There's nothing the right potion can't cure.
I kind of wonder why I've never thought of that before. There's a lot of things, like I said, playing a game again many years later. Like, I've played the shit out of Diablo 2. I've played this since it came out. I've played it so many different characters, so many different ways, so many different specs, right? But when you play a game, and I said this the same with Need for Speed Underground 2, is when you play a game a lot, or you default to your usual choices, you tend to not notice or miss out on other things in the game. For me, in Need for Speed Underground 2, I'm trying to customize vehicles to be not what I would choose on the cars that I would choose, because it's fucking challenging. Diablo 2, I'm doing everything I used to do when I was 12 playing it. My very first character, my very first run through of the game. Like, I played Diablo 2, this is Diablo 2 Resurrected, this is my first run through of it. We're in Nightmare now. And so much of it, because I'm going back and purposely not just running through it a mile a minute, I'm catching so many things that obviously make sense and stand out now as an adult that I haven't picked up sometime between being a fucking child and being an adult, because I've just done the same thing over and over and over again. And I really like the fact that I'm not just getting to experience the game as if it's new, but I'm legitimately actually getting to experience new things and new thoughts and stuff of the game. Like the secret passages earlier that I didn't know fucking existed. I played this game for years and I didn't know secret passages existed. I think my brother used to find them and he just used to open them, so I never found and opened them myself. I didn't know that there were there. Apparently there was 3 on my way to Andariel, so who knows how many I've missed.
You have quite a treasure there in that Horodric cube. According to Horodric lore, the cube can restore a Horodric staff. To do it, use the cube as you would a scroll. When the cube opens, place both pieces of the staff into it and use the cube's transmute power. You'll be pleased to know that the cube has other alchemical uses as well. 6 gems plus 1 sword transmute into a socketed longsword. You may also transmute 2 quivers of crossbow bolts into 1 quiver of arrows, while 2 quivers of arrows yield 1 quiver of bolts. I must leave it to you to discover other formulae.
Alright, he said 6 gems and a sword equals a socketed sword. Now, I was fucking around with this last time and I didn't have enough gems to really give this a go. But I want to know, if I put, say, a bow in my Horodric cube and I put, say, 6 gems, do I automatically get a socket? Because I'm gonna fucking try out, see how that goes. I do not want to hear about the Horodric cube.
Greetings, my friend. Have you spoken to Jaren yet? He's quite a remarkable leader for being such a young man. Then again, The old blood has always run strong in this land.
Alright, so let's test that theory. I should have 6. I don't have 6 of the same type, but we could try this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm indifferent, I'll replace them if I need to. This thing does not have a socket. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the size setting here, interestingly enough. Yeah, that doesn't do it. But if I got a sword, right? It said, was it a long sword? I want to socket a long sword out of the blue, but what about this thing? That's too long. I apparently can't do it to that. That's socketed already. I can't socket that. Let's try this. Alright. One thing I will probably do at some point is maybe Google how to fucking socket things cute. Because, and only because, in all my years of playing Diablo, I legitimately cannot fucking remember how to do shit. Like, I love the game. I generally won't look up stuff related to it. That's why I said I didn't even know about, like, the hidden doors and stuff, because it's not something I've looked up. I don't even watch, like, deep lore and stuff on Diablo. It's just, it's one of those things that are kind of too pure for me. I just don't need, like, the extended level of, like, spoilers and shit for it. But I'm starting to question how the fuck to do things. Because, like, I have no need to socket a sword, right? But logistically speaking, if I was to put that and some gems, does it have to be the same gems? I need to start having space to be able to stockpile a lot of the same type of gems. At least 6 of one type. So that I can see what happens. I've got 2 sets of diamonds, I've got 2 sets of rubies. And I keep getting amethyst, and I had another diamond in the last run, but I got rid of it. So, we'll see. But that's something I want to do.
I know much about the ancient religions. I was trained as a paladin of Zakarum in the Eastern Koras Temple many years ago.
I love the fact that she's a paladin. I love that that's just a fact about her.
The shrines in the desert are leftover artifacts from the Great Sin War that ravaged these lands almost 1,000 years ago. They still function, but most travelers believe them only to be remnants of the distant past.
Wait, what? What?
The shrines in the desert are leftover artifacts from the Great Sin War that ravaged these lands.
Oh, that explains what the fucking shrines are all about. What the fuck? How have I never heard that? Is it just like glossed over my brain or something? Did it just like slick off and slide away or something? Because I never fucking caught that one.
Look, I don't expect this of you, but if you want to help me, I would be grateful. In the sewers below our city, there lurks a horrid creature that hungers for human flesh. The creature has killed many, including my son and my husband. If you destroy it, I will reward you. Please, be careful though. That beast has taken enough from us already. The sewer entrance is through the trapdoor, just up the street.
There's also another sewer entrance down on the side of the wharf, but you know, I think she looks awesome, by the way. So she reminds me a lot of like the sorceress build and stuff. Except I know with the true sorceress and stuff, the old style sorceress, like we're talking like this style sorceress, right? Is that she had, like sorceresses have like the flowing hair and stuff. But I used to pick them as well because of like the long hair aspect. It's a Radamant's lair in Lut Gholein. Well, there's the word Radamant. Just put it on the wrong thing. I think I said, what did I say? Remnant. That's what I said earlier. Love it. Alright, and the Herodic staff thing. Alright, cool. Cool beans. Alright, do you have gossip?
Good day.
You don't have very pleasant things to talk about, so do you have gossip?
Oh, Lysander is cranky, but he's a good old man. He used to give me medicines when my son was ill.
I like how at least for the start of that, she sounded a little bit like happy. It's nice. And that you could get back in here for no apparent reason other than to be like, you know, look at me, I'm a chef. Sorry, let me put my bow away. There we go. Ah, man. Baker acrylic. Sorry. me get out of there. Where's the other dude? Isn't he like sitting in here? Yeah, you.
I don't know why you people keep pestering me. Grays seems to have this place locked down nice and tight. Not that I couldn't have done the same. I've proven my...
What? No, I clicked off. I know he says I've proven my worth and stuff, but he's mostly just like intoxicated. That's his thing. He can tell me about Ruddiment's lair though.
Hey, don't touch my drink, or I'll bore a hole into your skull with my thumb.
I don't see how that's relevant.
Have you found those big sand maggots yet? Arrows and all that don't work so well against them. Best thing is to hack them with a sword or such.
Yeah, so fun fact about Diablo is even though your character is kitted out for specific weapons like a javelin or a bow or something like that, there are certain areas where it's more beneficial to have a localized weapon. Like, for instance, in, what do you call it, cross docks, pike or a spear along those lines is usually a good weapon choice. Here is like swords and I can't remember what other kind of weapons. I would need to look at inventory, like daggers and shit maybe. Name a sheath.
Greetings, Amazon. I haven't seen one of your kind in many years. It's good to know that warriors of your caliber...
Fucking hell, stop clicking mouse.
Greetings, Amazon. I haven't seen one of your kind in many years. It's good to know that warriors of your caliber are protecting this city. I'm Mashif, captain of this ship here. I make port runs around the Twin Seas and occasionally out to Kingsport and Westmarch. I haven't sailed anywhere lately, though. Jaren has ordered me to stay docked here in case of emergency.
I like the little subtle nod to the fact that there are other locations beyond where we go. But I think Westmarch is a location in one of these Diablos. I can't remember which one though.
That braggart Geglash says he fears neither man nor beast. Yet when I offer to take him out to sea, he quakes with fear. There are two entrances to the sewers, I believe. One of them is right near here, down by the water beneath the docks. I can see it from my ship, and you can bet I keep an eye on it every night.
You know, as far as it goes, the fact that he has a ship, right? Also, I don't really see where he could potentially sleep on that, but that's okay. Look, I kind of look at it like, if you have a ship in this kind of world, you can at least be off from the edge of here and probably safe. Like, there are a few waterbound, you know, demons and stuff, but not many. I would consider it to be a safe thing. What else have we got? Let's talk to you. We've got... Obviously, we got the guy that tells me you must not enter.
You look like a sturdy adventurer. You know, I used to be quite the scoundrel in my day. I led the fiercest group of bandits who ever terrorized these sands. Nowadays, I run this here inn and pretty much stay out of trouble. My days of adventuring are behind me.
Let's see. I'm gonna get the gossip
That
and...
Lysander's a grumpy old cuss. You better not disturb him while he's working on his potions or... boom! You could get blasted to the moon.
I find it funny that his potions are supposed to be so explosive, but I don't think he sells like any explosive ones.
I hear that the creature kills his victims in order to hack off their limbs. I guess that makes me a less likely candidate, eh?
Why, though? That doesn't explain anything. Or at least not obviously to me. It's nice knowing that I've got like maxed out stash money. It does mean at some point I'm gonna max that out, my gold and shit. Yeah, eventually I'll end up with that. Let's see. Okay. Not armor, not weapons. You do have longbows. No, I didn't want to buy that. I was just browsing, mate. Fucking hell. Alright. Light, enhanced damage. None of them are great. Even the spike thing septum thing is not great. I just wanted to have a quick look. And who have we got? This guy, Grease.
I bet you wonder how this town manages to stay safe with all the trouble going on out in the desert. Well, I can tell you that it's got nothing to do with the local town guards. They're all in the palace for some reason. Jaren hired me and my mercenaries to help keep the peace around here. We're not cheap, but we're the best this wasteland has to offer.
Alright. See.
The local guards were all relocated to the palace after the troubles began. No one really knows why. Actually, all of the town's brothel girls have been hiding out in the palace's cellar lately, so I assume that the guards have been assigned to protect them with their lives.
You know, it's really morbid when you find out later that obviously, like, they've been absolutely ripped to shreds in there. And, like, so have the guards, and it's like, everybody's fucking traumatized inside there.
I've personally found some of that devil's victims washed up out of the sewer. Often they are missing limbs or a head, and their bodies have always been skinned. At first, the creature raided the town at night. That's how Atma lost her family. Now we've got him barricaded in the sewers. You're safe up here on the surface, but every now and again, some fool wants to be a hero and heads down to the waste tunnels with a pig sticker.
I don't know. Let's have a look at your guards' prices. They're so cheap compared to my fucking, what is she, Eliza? Yeah. So, holy hell. I can't imagine these people, like, dealing with some kind of creature coming up and lurking around, stealing people, and then, like, the occasional corpses and stuff washing up. But I don't remember why it's taking the heads and limbs and skin of people. I can't remember off the top of my head what the deal with that is, but I do know that they are, like, filling up pots and stuff down their blood. I remember that.
I've heard that you are responsible for banishing Andariel back to the burning hells. I'm impressed, stranger. That couldn't...
Oh, for fuck's sake, sorry. I keep accidentally clicking on my mouse because my hand's just passively resting on it and it's still too sensitive.
I've heard that you are responsible for banishing Andariel back to the burning hells. I'm impressed, stranger. That couldn't have been easy. My name is Drognan, and I know what you're up against, my friend. You ought to look over my inventory of items for trade.
I love how the word of what my person's done has reached here.
Mashif and his vessel should remain here, lest we risk taking demonic stowaways to other lands.
Actually, that's really interesting. I hadn't considered that. I know that they tell you that, but I don't know if I, like, checked all this information on everybody last time. And it's kind of interesting that, yeah, there's the potential that they could potentially take, like, a small demon somewhere else, you know?
Farah and I have been talking about the creature recently. From my studies, I have deduced that it is Radamant the Fallen, an ancient Horadric mummy that has for some reason left his tomb to prey on mortals. I'm doing some more research now. If you check back later, I may have some more insight as to his nature.
Alright. Let's see what you've got. Because, yeah, they start getting into, like, a lot of the stuff that looks like it's for, like, paladins kind of thing. There's just swords, staffs. What the hell are these? Scepters. That looks so cool. With fire damage to undead. So 50% damage to undead and does firewall on sorceress. 259 lightning damage. Sweet Jesus. I've not seen something that kind of OP for a long... Look at this. Adds 1 to 259 lightning damage. Fucking hell. Bit rip. Honestly, at some point I'd like to play like a sorcerer and stuff. I don't know if that's one that I'll play on stream or whatever, but it's been fucking nice getting to play my Amazon. I just also am bothered by the fact that I constantly have money in my inventory and I can't put it away. Alright. So I think I've talked to everyone about everything except maybe Kane for Remnant.
The Horadrim used to mummify their highest mages and infuse them with spells that would allow them to protect their tombs, even after death. I have no idea why one of them would be acting so malevolently. Perhaps Drognan or Farah would know more about this.
Actually, did I ask Farah about it? Because the interesting thing is, like, I wanted to with, what do you call it, Tel Russia and stuff. Well, I guess it's not Tel Russia, it's Radman, isn't it? Yeah, it's separate thing.
I believe that the creature you refer to is one of the ancient Horadric mummies from the tombs that lie buried beneath the desert sands. It is unusual for one of his kind to be so far away from his resting place. I sense in this entity a restless and malevolent spirit.
I don't know if I've ever asked her that. That's pretty cool. She fucking explains it's like, it's a Horadric creature and it's really far away. Which makes sense, because you don't really find the tombs and stuff until you're pretty far out in the desert, realistically. I know it's only just like 1. I'm gonna end early tonight.